Hey there guys, it's ShadowAngel here once again, and today kind of talking about the weekend or Warhammer Fest that happened over the weekend. Now of course I was there on Saturday and got a chance to meet meet and say hi to hopefully to some of you guys obviously. And yeah, it was a really cool event. Really well organised, pretty much. Didn't have to wait generally anywhere that long. Everything was reasonably well laid out, and yeah, So obviously, apart from the main reason people go, which is obviously to get shopping, so forward wheel bits and pieces and everything else, minus the delivery charge, blah 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 blah. What was actually there was actually quite good, it was really good, and it was nice to see that Games Workshop have kind of gone back to actually making a proper, reasonable show for things, in terms of actually showing stuff that's coming off, being surprisingly talkative about a lot of stuff as well, because I remember back, at least at the last one and games days before that, there was very rarely that you'd actually get anything past kind of what was known, and things like that. So other than that, it's really good. So talk about what's there. What was there was all the new, pretty much all the new up and coming video game stuff. So Total War Warhammer was there. Eisenhorn was there as well. I think Man of War was there as well. I'm sure I saw a banner for. Battlefleet Gothic as well was there. Mordheim. You get the general. Blood Bowl 2 as well. The only one that wasn't there was Deathwing, which I was which was a bit of a downer, because I was like, it's one of those that I'm really looking forward to. But I can report Total War plays extremely well if you're waiting for it. Total War Warhammer, that is. It plays really well. I think they're still slightly trying to balance the magic out, but it's really shown promise. Graphically it looks absolutely stunning. It flows reasonably well. It does. It's like watching like a living action of old school fantasy. What else? Battlefleet Gothic Armada. I think it's called, Armada Battlefleet Gothic. Really cool game. Looks absolutely beautiful. The void of space and like the galaxies and stars all in the background, as well as these monstrously sized ships that obviously you're battling with, and stuff like the graphics and things like that. Looks absolutely amazing. Mordheim looks better than what I originally thought it would. I've always been a bit sceptical on Mordheim. Vermintide, I believe it's called. But yeah, it does look really cool. It's, I think, first and third person styles, and it does work really well. So that covers the game. That was all in the main retail hall, so you had all that and everything. Also as well, as you can see, Forge World bringing this new beauty out. This is, of course, is Lehman Russ's Legion symbol for the space, for all the new Spaceball stuff, but I'll get to that a bit later. So basically, as you went out there, then you had downstairs as well. You had the new Warhammer Quest Silver Tower, which looks absolutely stunning. If you haven't had a chance to either get to a local store or Warhammer Fest for whatever reason, the new Warhammer Quest models look just visually stunning, and once again it shows what GW can do with plastics, which they continue to do, and everything else. I didn't get a chance to play the game, but from what I saw, it still plays very much like how Warhammer Quest used to play. Group of you join in, go through finding caverns and things like that. So all your D&D players will probably love it. and things like that. So yeah, that's another one. The biggest one for me, which one, how surprised I was that it was there, and in how much like glory it was being shown, and how open the team were about it as well, and the way things are looking within GW with that side of things, which is of course the Blood Bowl, the new specialist game wing kind of thing of GW that they have now kind of reopened and refocused and everything else. Blood Bowl looks absolutely amazing. There'll be photos in the slideshow that follows this video, but my god, does that thing look absolutely beautiful. They've redesigned the board so that it's now a fold out cardboard double-sided thing, so you have a human and orc pitch on either side, as well as the dugouts are exactly the same. So if you come up against another orc team or human team, you'd have really nice fancy looking dugouts to go with the pitch. Starting players, so the orc and human team that you get with it, look fantastic. The level of detail in them and things like that. So the orcs, like body plates and armour, look a bit more like proper battered or hammered tins and stuff like that. It looks like they're really rough and ready, and it kind of really does, the anger in the faces and things. It screams orc. Human team, obviously really smooth armour plating, really professionally looked. They look like they have the money behind them, but they look really cool. The level of detail in just the uniforms it's brilliant. I also found out that they've already got the next 4 teams pretty much lined up, which are apparently going to go Skaven, Dwarf, and then I think they're going to go into 2 elves, so High and Dark Elf, and then possibly look to expanding to Lizards, Ogres, and which they all have concept drawings of and things like that, and it just looks really cool. In the video slideshow, you'll also see the Death Roller, or the new redesigned Death Roller, which looks really fancy and cool. So apart from that, speaking with a lot of the Forge World team, namely the Horus Heresy team that were there, got to speak to the one and only Simon Edgar as well, about obviously his process of how he comes up with the inspirations for the Primarchs, how rough their sizes are and things like that. So they're all actually sized on a thing like that, and it was a really cool conversation because usually he's so swarmed by people it's almost impossible to talk to him. But even he said that now that Lumen Russ is now finished, pretty much, just apart from the base that needs finishing, which there will be pictures in the slideshow. Apparently the next one will be Magnus, and he says he can't wait to get started on that in about a month's time, I think he said. Like I say, once Russ's base is done, and obviously Forge World have done what they're doing with it, apparently he then starts on Magnus the Red. Now, I cannot wait to see what they do with Magnus the Red, especially if you haven't seen it yet, or you will see it in a bit. The Lehman Russ model looks, oh good god, it looks stunning. The level of detail in it, the anger in his face, you can really see that the Wolf King is so full of character. And yeah, so and Forge World's new transfer sheets, for anyone who's into transfer sheets, are basically going more the Airfix direction, so the sheets will be thinner, should be easier to work with, and things like this. So it's all really, really moving forward, and it's really nice to see that they're not kind of sticking to their old ways anymore. It's now like, well, let's give people a better product and things like that, even though I reckon they do anyway. So yeah, so then on to the Forge World seminar. The seminar gave loads away in terms of what's coming up, where they're going. Like there's a new Imperial Armour book coming out for Tau and the Imperium players. Red Scorpions are coming back, and they have some really beautiful models coming up as well. Then there's all the new Heresy stuff. There's new Mechanicus coming out. There's obviously the Iron Circle, the Stormbird, the Mastodon, the first one, the one that really caught my eye, which a lot of it's all in the vid. Space Wolves aren't getting a Contemptor Dreadnought. In speaking, they're actually getting a Leviathan, which looks absolutely beautiful, and you'll see in the artwork or the pictures, the Celtic work on it and everything else just looks absolutely amazing. Same with the Red Scorpions as well. They're also getting the Leviathan Dreadnought for Captain Cullen, as he's no longer a actual Marine. He's suffered injuries and near death and put in Dreadnought. But yeah, like I say, Space Wolves are getting some really cool stuff, and there's loads of new stuff coming up in book 7, which is being called Inferno, which is all in there and everything else. So there you go, guys. I'm going to stop rambling because I've a lot to talk about because it's a big show. Now, all the photos that you're about to see aren't going to be all the pictures I took because there was just that many. So I'm going to give you a selection of some of the best ones and I suppose interesting ones that were there and that I saw and things like that. But to check out the full album, go over to the Facebook page and it'll all be on there and everything else. So there you go, guys. Thank you once again for everyone who came up and said hi at the show at Warhammer Fest. It was really cool to meet all of you and get to know some new people and things like that. But yeah, thank you. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you very, very much for subscribing. As always, thank you for all the likes on the Facebook page and Instagram, and all the comments as well. Comments, messages, everything. So thank you again, guys. I shall catch you again next time. You stay safe and see you then. Bye.